Hi, how was your week? I hope you're fine. So today we are going to talk about pronunciation. We are still talking about phonetics. Last week I told you about how we start learning the sounds as kids, how we start identifying sounds, and today I'll start talking specifically about the Spanish letters. So I will start with the vowels. There are only 5 vowels in Spanish. There are only 5 vowels, 5 vowel sounds. So we only have A, E, I, O, and U. Pay attention that in Spanish, each letter, each of these characters represent only one sound. What do I mean by one sound? Like, for example, in English, this is A. A is like 2 sounds, A, I, A. Well, this one, E, is only one sound, I. So that's what I mean by one sound. So Spanish is quite simple in this sense. I don't think there are many languages in the world that have less than 5 vowel sounds. English has more than 10, if I remember well from my school days. So Spanish has only 5. So the only difficulty I've seen when people are trying to learn Spanish regarding the vowels is that sometimes, especially with words that are very similar in Spanish and English, some people tend to pronounce them like in English. Like, for example, pilot in Spanish is piloto. Wait, I will write it. So this is piloto. This is pilot in Spanish. So I've seen some people, they tend to pronounce this I as in English, I. So they say piloto instead of piloto. So remember that in Spanish, each vowel represents one sound. So I is always I, so that's P. O is always O, so that is piloto. So if we review the vowels again, this is A, E, I, O, U. Another word that I've seen people confused is this one. Before I pronounce it, think how would you pronounce this word in Spanish? So this word is very similar to an English word, even if it has a different meaning. So this in Spanish means driver. You remember to drive is conducir. So this word means a driver. And the way we pronounce this in Spanish is conductor, not conductor, but conductor. So O, U, and O, conductor. So especially pay attention with the words that look similar to English, because these ones are the ones that are more likely that you confuse the sounds. Other than that, I haven't seen major problems with the vowels, because there are only 5, they exist in English. So there's no weird sounds you've never heard before in the vowels in Spanish. So just repeat one more time. This is A, E, I, O, U. So this is about the vowels. I've seen more problems with the consonants. So today I'm going to talk about the most difficult one, which is R. And I'm not the one to say that it's the most difficult one. Some studies say that R is one of the most difficult letters to pronounce. As I told you last week, as kids, first we can distinguish, we can make the difference between all the sounds, but we don't learn to pronounce all sounds at the same time. It's not a coincidence that in many languages, the words for mom and dad are something similar to mom, mama, papa, baba. Why is that? It's because these sounds, ma, ba, pa, these are some of the easiest sounds to pronounce, and these are the first sounds that most babies learn. That's why in most languages, the words for mom and dad are made of these sounds, like mom, mama, papa, baba, dad. It's because these are the first sounds that the babies learn. So then, babies keep learning other letters, and in Spain, so the studies say that the letter that most kids learn, the last one, is the rolling R. Actually, by the age of 7 years old, 99% of kids know how to pronounce the R, which means that 1% of Spanish kids cannot pronounce this rolling R by the time they are 7 years old. And I was one of them. Actually, I learned to pronounce the rolling R when I was 10. So even my parents took me to a doctor to see if I had some physiological problem when I was, I don't remember, maybe 7 or 8 years old. So I went to the doctor because I couldn't pronounce the rolling R. And the doctor said that I didn't have any problem, that eventually I would learn. So for a few years, many people tried to teach me how to pronounce the R. Like put your tongue here, do this, vibrate that, think, do, blow. Nothing worked, nothing ever worked. But eventually, one day, I could pronounce this rolling R. And nowadays, I can do it. I can do it. But yes, I learned quite late. So don't worry too much if you cannot pronounce this rolling R from the beginning. I'm a native and it took me 10 years to learn. So don't worry, eventually you will learn. The first step, as I was mentioning last week, is to identify this sound. The first step is that you can tell the difference if I'm pronouncing, for example, this. So this one is pero, and this one is perro. So the first step is that when you listen to this video again, you can tell the difference if I'm pronouncing pero or perro, right? I'll do it once more. Pero. Which one did I pronounce? This one or this one? And if I say perro, which one it is? So this one is the soft R, pero, and this double R is the rolling R, perro. We find the rolling R when you will recognize it when we have two consecutive R's, or when the R is at the beginning of the word, like rápido. So this is also a rolling R, rápido. Or when it's after a consonant, like for example, this one. Like in the name of Enrique Iglesias, you know, the singer, the Spanish singer, Enrique Iglesias. So after this N, there is an R. This is also a rolling R, Enrique. So you can find this letter in different positions of the word. So the first step is that you learn how to recognize if I'm pronouncing pero or perro. Once you have managed that, then you can start practicing. So I can give you a few hints, but as I told you, all this, it didn't work with me. I don't really know how I learned, but I learned. So what some people say that you can do to practice is first to learn where to put the tongue in your mouth. So the place is like you have to put the tongue behind the teeth, a bit behind the teeth, and touch a little bit to the sides. Actually, I think if you pronounce the R in English, like Rachel, I think it's a very close position. It's a very close position. The difference is that in Spanish, we vibrate this R, but the position should be very close. Then, once you have found the right position, first you try to blow. This is to learn to direct the air into the right place. So you put the tongue there and you blow, like, okay? No, don't vibrate yet, you just blow and just try to feel the air that's coming on the upper part of your tongue. That's where you should feel the air. You should feel the air there. Okay? So that's how you can know you are going into the right direction. Then try another exercise is to vibrate the lips. So this time we forget about the R, we just vibrate the lips like bruh, bruh. Okay, so this is to get used to this vibration, like bruh, bruh. And then you mix what we did before, tongue in the behind the teeth, on the upper part of the mouth. And now, in addition to blowing, we will try to vibrate the tongue to do this rolling sound, like rrr, rrr. So you should, the sides of the tongue will touch the upper part of your mouth, but not the tip. The tip don't touch, but when the air is coming out, it's kind of vibrating. And then it's when you get this rrr sound. Okay, I don't know if it's clear, but it's the best I can explain. Just try it. And if you cannot do it in one day, don't stress, stop, don't get too tired, don't get too stressed. Keep trying, especially keep listening and keep trying. Once you manage to get this sound out, this r, do syllables only. So first you just do r, and then you try this sound with a vowel, only one, not full words, like ra, re, ri, ro, ru. Okay, don't try with a full word yet. Just start with a syllable, like ra, re, ri, ro, ru. This is to get used to the different combinations of the R sound with the vowels. In Spanish, as I told you, we have only 5 vowels, so it's only 5 combinations. Then once you have mastered that, then you can proceed to do full word. If it's a bit confusing to do it in the middle of the word, like perro, you can say the syllables separately, like pe, ro. Okay, you have mastered already how to say the ro sound before, so then you say pe, ro. And every time you keep doing it with a smaller pause in between. Pe, ro, perro. Okay, that's one way to try. Okay, so that was everything about the vowels and the R. Please let me know if you have any problems with this. Let me know if you have problems with any other letters, because I'm preparing the material for next week. So let me know which are the sounds that you find more difficult to pronounce, or which letters are a bit more confusing when you are reading which letters you're not sure how they are pronounced, because we do have a few letters that have different sounds depending on the combinations. So let me know if there's any specific doubt. Otherwise, I'll just prepare the video with the more common questions I receive in my lessons. I hope this was useful for you. I hope you have a very nice week, and I'll see you on Thursday with more tips and more letters. Bye.